My media product uses representations to appeal to a young, urban, female audience of 16 to 25-year-old students. I think a key concept in attracting a target audience is ensuring that their aspirations, values, and they themselves are represented throughout the media product, which in my case is Hit magazine. A key way I have used representation is through the elements of mise-en-scène within my photographs. The clothing that my model is wearing here is black and edgy, which hints at the pop rock genre of the artist Kesha. I've used props such as the massive inexpensive jewellery and the tribal neon face paint to make a statement and represent a rebellious youth social culture. The background of all the images are all quite plain as to not distract from the focal point. I found this was conventional of all the magazines I researched. The final element of mise-en-scene I used was the positioning of my models. Here, the model posing as Rihanna has been represented as flirtatious and highly sexualized through the gesture of biting her finger and looking directly through the camera to connect with the audience. Many female artists are represented sexually to appeal as both sexually attractive, but also to emulate an image of confidence and desire that young women such as my target audience will aspire to. My article and copy content brings up social issues that my target audience want to address. Through lines such as, Kesha rebels against sexism and defies commercialism, I've not only appealed to, but have also represented the rebellious youth culture mentioned previously. Whilst not particularly a feminist magazine, Hit does promote female empowerment and social change through such articles and artist representation as this one. Finally, my design and layout represents an audience that wants something fun and vibrant, but also wants to be taken seriously. Although my target audience of 16 to 25-year-olds are young, they are mature and educated enough to require more from a layout than a busy mess that could seem childish. This being said, they also want a product that appeals to their individuality and youth, meaning an overly minimal design and layout would not attract them. By using vibrant colours such as hot pink and a variety of interesting fonts, I have represented the youthfulness of my audience. By including these elements in a clean and structured layout, I have also allowed the reader to believe she is being treated as the educated young adult she is. Hit is aimed at a young female demographic in the UK, living in major cities such as London and Manchester and their close surrounding areas. Hit's audience are likely to be in full-time education at either university or college level and come from a middle-class family with the social occupational class of B. They are likely to be Caucasian and aged 16 to 25, with a crossover audience of many other ethnicities and a slight possible crossover regarding age. Chloe is an 18-year-old London student living at university. She also happens to be a weekly hit magazine consumer. Besides Hit magazine, she also enjoys Now and Teen Vogue. She's fashion conscious and shops at high street fashion brands such as River Island and Topshop, and has managed to acquire her own unique indie style. She has a very busy social life and is highly influential among her close group of friends. After getting ready for a night out with all her Rimmel London makeup products, Chloe's preferred drink is a Malibu and Coke. Despite enjoying her party lifestyle on the weekend, come Monday morning, after grabbing a Special K bar and a Starbucks Frappuccino, Chloe is back to her usual academically driven self. She loves current music and often spends her summer attending festivals such as Reading, and is always checking her iPhone 5 for any news on future Katy Perry and Rihanna concerts. She's inspired by artists such as these to be successful herself in the creative arts industry. The initial thing that I think will attract my target audience is the colour scheme, particularly the pink, because it's female friendly and vibrant, and I think it will make the magazine stand out on a shelf of other music magazines. Also, when I think my target audience picks up the magazine, I think the free posters advertised in the eyebrow will also give them added incentive to buy the magazine. A major thing that I think will attract my audience is the price, which is £2.20, because it's significantly cheaper than other music magazines I've researched, and it's also important because my target audience is students and they won't necessarily have the money to spend, particularly on leisure items. Another way that I've attracted my audience is by featuring a well-known artist like Kesha on my front cover, because she's popular and they'll be familiar with her, as opposed to if I had have put a random up-and-coming artist, because they won't have heard of them and they won't necessarily want to know about whatever article it was on them. The main way I could address my audience was through the language and style I used in my double page spread. As I said before, even though the lower end of my target audience is young, they still want to be treated like mature young adults. And to make sure they felt like this, I used no slang and kept a casual but still formal tone throughout the article, so they didn't feel patronised or talked down to. I did, however, use modern abbreviated words like celeb rather than celebrity. I did that because to shorten words, like, for example, actually to ack, has sort of become a cyber trend, and I'm sure my audience partake in it, so I wanted to represent them not only in the images in my magazine but also the articles too. By using modern abbreviations and no conventional slang that you'd expect to see in a teen article like yo, I gave my article a fun and youthful edge, whilst still ensuring that I was addressing my audience as an intellectual equal.